Ugh. Hey, what is up, my people? Look, man, this is gonna be long. I'm gonna say this off top. I watched 2 episodes back to back. I missed a week last week on purpose because I've been watching Game of Thrones episode by episode since the first episode came out, and I wanted to know what it felt like to have a mini binge watch, and I did. And oh, it was so good. It was like an orgasm that just wouldn't stop, and I was just like, oh God, oh God. It was great. It was great. I lost about 50% of you just now with that movement, and I apologize. But here's the thing. I'm gonna go through it, and I'm gonna try to stay focused. I'm gonna talk about episode 9 right now, and I may jump bits and pieces into episode 10, but I'm going to come back in a few minutes and do episode 10. These videos are going to be the same one, so it's going to be mixed up. Here's the deal. Oh, shit was so good. Oh, God. Damn. Like, we start off in Marine, right? And, like, Marine's under siege. They're attacking. They're the pyramids. Everybody's running, screaming. Danny's mad. Tyrion's trying to explain. He's like, look, everything was cool until, like, 15 minutes ago. Like, this shit just popped off. Everything was cool. I had it under control. And she's like, yeah, great. And, like, it's this whole thing. And they go and they meet with the masters to work out their, you know, to work out their whole agreement on how to settle this. And the masters are so cocky. Oh, they're so cocky. They're like, dude, so here's what's gonna happen. Bitch, you walking home. Okay, we tried to give you ships. You acted real stank about it. Now you walking. So get your shoes ready. You about to walk out this bitch. We're killing your dragons. Your Unsullied going back. They being sold off. That fine ass translator is going back. All your shit is getting repoed, and you walking out of here with nothing. And she was like, oh, no. I'm sorry. I think my tongue, something with the tongue was wrong. And what's actually happening is you're negotiating your surrender. And, like, they're talking shit. And, like, while I'm watching it, I see, like, something kind of flooded in the background. In the first second of it, I thought it was the fucking, like... In the first minute, I thought it was like one of the flags coming off the pyramid or whatever. And I was like, oh, she's losing ground. Right? So I thought it was a flag. And then the flag went like this. And I was like, oh my God, it's a dragon. It's a fucking dragon, right? And Drogon comes and he lands on top of the pyramid. And then he lands next to Dany and kind of wraps his head around her like, what's wrong, Mom? These niggas bothering you? And I'm like, oh my God, she got full control. Like, oh, she got full control over the dragons. Like, oh, it's like a mental thing. Like, she got full control. And, like, she goes and hops on the dragon. And, like, the CGI is so much better than the last time. When she got on the dragon in the pit, it kind of looked a little weird. It was okay. But, like, when she got on this time, I was like, oh my God, this shit is about to go down, nigga. Oh my God, right? I'm sorry. So she hops on it and she's flying on the back of the dragon, like they're just going, and like the other dragons break out of the pyramid, and then they come flying up in the air, and they flying right alongside her, and like she's got all 3 of them, and they're pretty under control. To the point where they can all attack just one ship. And I'm like, oh, Nick, oh, everybody's fucked. Because they go and she attacks the ship and the dragon fire. Dude, the dragon fire is so hot. Like the wood is splintering and collapsing and exploding. And the water steaming up and boiling. And the people on the ship are just crisping up and like they're burning to death. And the dragons are still burning at them. And they're like, dude, we're dying. You've already achieved your goal. People are getting off the ship. And they're just going, ha, ha. And the people are like, no. We're really dying. You got us. You win. And they're just like, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh, the amount of control was unbelievable. Oh my God. It was amazing. It was amazing. Like I have notes down here, so I'm gonna look down every once in a while. It was just amazing. Like she took full control, and she took the ships from the masters. Like she was like, okay, now the rest of these ships are mine. You can have all the water you want. Get the fuck off my boats. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So that happened. That whole thing happened in Marine. Let me stick with Marine. So the next thing that happened in Marine is Dany and Tyrion meet with the Ironborn. Reek and his sister, they kind of meet up and they're talking, and like it's this weird, like they have this conversation about how fucked up their fathers are. They're like terrible kings, and they were just out of control and just bad people, and then there's this weird like girl power respect / sexual tension between Yara and Dany, and I'm like, oh, Yara gonna eat her pussy. Like before it's over, like before this whole thing, before this is over, Yara's gonna eat that. She gonna eat it, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna enjoy seeing it happen. I'm a pervert. So that happens, and like there's a lot of conversation between Theon and Tyrion, and Tyrion's like, you know, you were kind of a dick last time I saw you, no pun intended, because you don't have one anymore. But he doesn't know that, so he's saying like whatever, and he's like, you know, how'd that turn out for you? Not knowing the horrors that poor man has gone through, and it made him a better person, so that's always good. But it was the horrors, so many horrors. So there's like this pact, and they're gonna go work together. They're gonna kill some uncles. They got some extra ships, so 100 ships plus all the master ships seems to be enough ships for them to go to Westeros, which means after six long bloody seasons, Dany is finally going home. Like finally. Like, she gonna be on the boat. Finally, she going home. I'm so fucking happy about it. And it gets better with the next episode. I will get to it, but nigga, like, when you wanna like weigh shit, like who got this and who got this, Dany at this point is like, her shit is weighing down everybody. She got just like, oh, nigga, looking forward to the future. God damn. Okay. Let's go to the north. We're gonna go to the north. Let's do what happened in the north. This episode, let me just say this. Like episode 9 or 8, well usually 9, is probably the best episode of the season. And like storyline and stylistically and just from a cinematic filmmaker perspective of the episode, it was like spectacular, like really good, like scary good, which would normally be enough, and it was enough. But episode 10, there could be an argument made that episode 10 was better than episode 9. I'm not saying that it's like, you know, flat out like that, but never have we had an episode 10 like the episode 10 we had this year. So but let me get into what happened in the north. First of all, Ramsay Snow, like, oh, his fucking smug face, like he's just smiling so much, and like he meets with Jon Snow and his wife, his real wife. I don't know why I did quotations, but he's like, "Thank you for bringing Lady Bolton back to me." And I'm like, oh, just stab him in the fucking head already. Just do it. Like, you could do it right now. If you just bum rush him right now, you can kill him, right? And like they have this whole thing, and like John's like, well, why don't you come? We do this right now, like men, okay? Get off your horse. Let's work this shit out right now. I'm ready. Like, he's ready. Take his shirt off. Like, I'm ready. Let's do this. And Ramsay like, I heard a lot about you, so no, I have more men. So we're just gonna kill you in the, you know, the regular way. And it's like, and you know Sansa, like, you can feel the hate coming off her. She said, prove to me that you have my brother. They threw the head down. She looked at him and said, you will be dying tomorrow. Good day. And she rolled off, and I was like, woof. This bitch tough. Okay, I see. And like, she had extra confidence, more confidence than everybody else, because she knew the damn Knights of the Vale were coming. She could have told somebody the Knights of the Vale was coming, but she chose not to. Why? I don't know. I really don't. Which leads me back into what happens next. They go and they have this meeting in the, they have this strategy meeting, and they're talking, and everybody's talking and giving their opinions on what's going on and what to do and their plan and how to work it out. And Sansa's sitting right there. Dude, she's right there. She's listening. She's right there. Everybody's putting in their 2 cents, and she says nothing. She does not say anything. She says nothing. And then when they leave and Jon Snow and her are alone, then she says, why don't you never ask me what I think? Bitch, everybody was saying what they thought. You were right there. Say what you think. Right? But Jon was too nice, and he was like, well, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, you should have thought about it. I got ideas. I know the nigga. I know him. And he's like, well, what do you think? Don't fall into his trap. That's it? Don't fall into his trap? He likes to play with people. Okay. Can you give me examples? You know a lot about this guy. Give me some real concrete examples of what he likes to do with people. Tell me so I can know if this plan I have is a terrible one or not. Not that we ever got to see the plan come to fruition, because he got fucking fooled by Ramsay and goaded into doing some dumb shit. But Sansa never opened her mouth. Like, everybody was there, and she had a perfect opportunity to say everything, and she didn't. She could have also said, hey, I got these Knights of the Vale coming to help us out too, but she chose to keep that shit quiet too. I'm like me and her, we here, it's not like she's over there. We not close right now, and I feel like what's the why? Why? Just say the shit. You know what's going on. Say it. How could Jon Snow knowing about this make any difference? Unless you were playing like a long game and you were trying to fuck Ramsay over, and you like, I want him to believe this is all we got, so that when the Knights come in and it fucks everything else up. Now, if that was your plan, it's a shrewd plan. It's kind of dirty. It's kind of Littlefingerish, and I get it. But at least we need to know something, and you ain't telling nobody nothing. Nobody. And I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what that. Maybe that's what it is. I didn't pick it up. I don't know. Excuse me. I'm gonna look down for the thing. So there's a lot of things went down. There's a lot of weird Tormund moments. He's clearly I'm a wildling. I don't understand strategy. I don't like your little words. You use little extra words like a pincer. What is that? I don't know. So he's getting he's that's when you cut people. This is, you don't want that to happen. He's like, oh, okay, great. But then they have this conversation with him and the Onion Knight, so Davos, and Davos is I like to walk, because when I walk, I can get really far away and shit my guts out, and it scares me. And Tormund's like, hey, enjoy your shit, man. I really get it. And they have this conversation about the kings, and they're like, you followed this king, who was a cunt, Stannis, and you believed in him, and probably were wrong to believe him. I believed in the king beyond wrong, and I was wrong. And, I think Jon Snow is the person we should be following, and they say it's good because he's not a king. Well, literally a king in more ways than one. Literally a king. We'll get to that in a minute. But literally a king. A straight up king. If he's not right now, he's a king. He's a king regardless. There's a lot of stuff regarding that. I'm going to get to it in a minute. Anyway. So they get to this thing. They get to the moment. And it's just, what stresses me out about it? I'll tell you what stresses me out about it. They have this conversation, And John has this conversation with Melisandre about, you know, what happens if he dies, keep him dead. And she's like, I can't do that. I'm going to try, bring you back. And he's like, I don't want to be brought back. And she's saying, look, I don't know if, and this bitch is hedging her bets. Because she said, I don't know, maybe God wants you alive for this battle and your point is to die here. I don't know. But that's her way of saying, if you die, then I could be like, it was all part of the Lord's plan. And that's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit, you red, gorgeous, red lady with your red, pale breast. And, okay, sorry. No, I'm not. They're great. So anyway, they get down to the thing, and now they're about to fight, right? You got Ramsay on his side, and he comes with a rope, and he's bringing the little brother. He's bringing little Rickon, and he got him, and he brings him, and like this, look, Rickon, I don't know, like, you run around with dogs all day, like, you should know not to run in a straight line, considering the freaking guy has an arrow, a bow and arrow. Like, don't act like he's a kid and he's scared, and it's a lot of things happening in his head right now. But like, if it would have been me, like, they would have started playing Can't Touch This, and I would have been like all over the place. He would have had everybody shooting, and I would have been like, I would have been airbending, I would have been water dancing, I would have been fire breathing, I would have done all the earth slamming. I don't know if that's a thing, but I would have been doing everything in my power. Like, I would have been, it would have been no way. He would have been like, holy shit, he gonna get away. Fuck. Get on the horse and chase that nigga down, because I would have been like, it would no way I'm just gonna run in a straight line while this guy's shooting arrows at me. And it's like, you know, he gets there, and they make a very good cinematic decision. They show him firing all these arrows, and the one that finally gets him, you don't see him shoot. So you think for a split second, oh my God, he's going to make it. He's going to make it, because the last arrow he shot just missed him by a hair, and hit the floor, and he almost tripped over it. And he kept running, and like, it was like, oh, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. He's going to make it. Right in the chest. Man, he fucking died before he could even just die. And I was like, oh, shit. And Jon Snow, being a good person, a lover of his family, completely lost his mind. Like, the whole plan, like, they dug ditches. It's a lot of D's, I'm sorry. They dug ditches to protect themselves from the very thing that happened. Because he ran facing right on into incoming traffic. He took his belt off, grabbed the sword, and in a great, beautiful, albeit incredibly suicidal shot, he's standing there like holding the sword, and like there's just thousands of people coming at him, and he's just like, it reminded me of, if anybody has seen the show Angel, at the end of the series, like they're all standing there, and there's like monsters from all kinds of walks of life, dragons and fire breathing monsters and all this shit, and they're like ready. They're just there, and they go running into their own deaths. And that was what about to happen to Jon Snow. It really, like, I was like, this nigga gonna die again. Like, and this is the only show that will do that. Jon Snow, he still ain't safe. Like, he's still, like, he died, and he's still not safe. He could have died again. Like, it was a very close situation. He could have died again. So the fight starts, and I watch a lot of movies, and I have never seen like a war scene that like chaotic and visceral and real, and just it's mayhem, and there are people riding horses without heads on them, and there's horses slamming into each other. People are killing people. Who knows if they're even on the same side or not? Jon Snow slashed down two people who were fighting at one point. Like, I think they were both fighting each other, and Jon Snow like slashed both of them down. He literally could have killed one of his own men. And then I imagine in war that's what happens. Like, you're bloody, you're covered in guts, you're covered in mud. You can't see like his sigil or anything. Like, it's just pandemonium. And that's what this was. Like, there was this one great long shot where like it was just everything. Like, it was the amount of planning and everything that went into it was fantastic. Like it's choreographed to perfection. That fighting and like Jon Snow's, and then there's a guy coming this way, come hit him with a mace, and then the horse comes and knocks him over, and then it's a headless horseman, and the dragon takes it and it's just like, it's so like real, even though it's not real. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine that's what a fight would be like if it was, feudal times and I was in a fight, except I would be dead very quickly. Jon Snow, I would have charged, and then I would have been it. It would have been over. Like, I just would have spent most of the time on my face in the dirt, but like, it was incredible. It was actually incredible, and like the mountains of human garbage, almost. I don't want to say garbage, debris. It was just mountains of human debris everywhere, and people were climbing, and then it was fantastic. Like, and then they fenced them in, doing the same thing that Jon planned to do to them. Fenced them in, and then like they're trapped behind the mountain of people, dead bodies and living bodies and dying bodies is behind them. And like they're fighting, trying to break through the shields, and then like extra men come climbing over the dead bodies to come in, and I'm like, oh my God, they're really gonna die. They're gonna Jon Snow, and then Jon Snow gets trampled, and like he can't breathe under the people, and they're crushing, and I'm like, this dude is gonna die again. He gonna fucking die again. Like, oh, I can't believe this shit is happening. I really can't. And then when it gets to the point where like Tormund is just bitten off Small John Umbra's neck and just started stabbing at him, because he was getting the hell beat out of him by the Small John. He punched Small John, and Small John was like, I felt nothing. And it was fucking great, right? And like, and it's just like over. And I'm like, well, that's it. And then the Knights of the Vale come, and they just like, just slice through these niggas like a warm knife through butter. It's just like beautiful. And they come and just blah blah blah, and it's over. You see Ramsay's face, and he's like, what's happening? Oh, we need to go. And then they run, and Jon Snow sees them and chases him the fuck down and beats the shit out of him. They try to lock the doors to Winterfell. The giant bashes them shits in, and like he comes in and he kills the giant with one shot to the eye. And I'm like, oh god damn it, there's no more giants left. But he beat the hell out of him, and when he did, that was it. And I was like, don't, like, beat him all the way to death. Beat him all the way to death. Because if you don't beat him all the way to death, you're going to have another Martell moment where, like, you look up at Sansa and he, like, stabs you in the leg and then, like, kills you. And then I didn't want that to happen. But they do all the right shit, and it's great. What happens is they put him in his cell, and Sansa's like, I want to see him. I want to see him. And she goes in there, and she sends the dogs in there, and it was, who let the dogs out? Me. And them dogs came, and he was and like, he was very like, my dogs ain't gonna turn on me. It's like, you didn't feed them in 7 days, which she was not here to hear, but whatever. You know, you ain't feed him in 7 days. And the dog, like the first dog, you could only see like this part of it, and it was just a big shadow. So I was like, is that a fucking bear? They sending a bear in there? Mormonts, y'all niggas wild. Like, Lyanna Mormont that bought a bear, okay, a real bear, and it's gonna rip him apart. But then you see it, and it's just like big Irish, British dogs, and they're like huge. And like they come right to his face, and like he's like, sit down, and the dog's like, yeah, after I eat your fucking ass. And it just and he's just screaming, and like Sansa's just watching. She's like, yeah, okay, I've seen enough. And she walks off, and she's smiling, and like part of me is like, wow, that's fucked up for a Stark, right? And then the other part of me is like, it should have been them direwolves. Like, she should have had a bunch of direwolves still, and they should have just gathered around and ate that Where's Ghost? They should have let Ghost get in on that feast, okay? Because like, he needed to die in some weird Stark way. And it was just great to see, man. I was like completely amazed and shocked and impressed, and it was a really good episode, and I really, like, I knew Ramsey was gonna lose. Like, he had to lose. But I didn't think it would be in the way that it was, and I didn't think... Game of Thrones has this way of surprising people, and it still got it. It surprised the fuck out of me. God damn it. It was so good. Like, and when it was over, I was like, God, next week, and then I was like, oh no! Nigga, is the next episode about to come on right now. I was so happy. Dude, I was so happy. I don't know if I'm going to do it again. My brother was like, next time let's do 3 episodes. I told him, get out of my house. Get out of my house. I'm not doing that. No. But, like, it was good to watch 2 episodes back to back, especially when they were the 2 biggest fucking episodes of Earth. And, yeah, we're going to talk about episode 10 right now. First thing I'm excited about in this episode is that in the intro, you see Winterfell and the Stark banner is there. The wolf is there instead of the flayed man, and it felt so good. I was so sick of seeing that shit. I swear to all 7, which is a shitty god base. Like, they're terrible. They're just awful. But it was good to see that. And, like, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, 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 like a man. Then, like, the whole intro, like, it's like a 5, 6, 7 minute thing where they're just playing, there's no talking, and they're playing music, and they're playing, like, the score for this episode is so powerful, right? And it tells so much of the story. It's surprising, like, there is just like basic sound design. You hear people walking around, you hear doors opening or whatever, people moving, but it's just the music, and the music is low. So at some points the music is just barely playing, and then some points the music is like full blast, and it's amazing because it creates an extra layer of drama as everybody's getting set up for this big trial. The most funny, not funny, Cersei. Now, Cersei is getting ready, getting prepared, and I swear to God, her outfit is right out of the Michael Jackson Bad Tour. Like, it's straight up, that's a Michael Jackson's outfit. I don't care what anybody says, that shit was taken from Neverland Ranch, and they put it in Westeros, and she was like, oh, I like that shit, and then she put it on. That's a Michael Jackson outfit. And look, she put it on and she was feeling bad. And she was like, "Shame to everybody," and she did what she had to do. It's a scary thought now. I don't ever want to see her in Michael Jackson clothes anymore, because when she puts it on, shit gets fucked up. Like, royally. And I'm not just saying that because she ended up being queen. So, as this is all happening, you got the king getting ready for his trial. He's not for his trial, but getting ready for the trial, and he's sitting there and he's thinking and stressed out. Then Marjorie is there with the High Sparrow. They do the trial for Loras. Loras gives everything. Like, he's like, I did it. I fuck guys. I'm into myself. I'm a vain person. I've done all these crimes. I'm a wrong person. Blah, 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 blah. Gave everything up. Had them slice his head open. He joined the faith. And, like, it's just... He was completely and utterly defeated. They never showed what they did to him in those cells, but it had to be way worse than what happened to Cersei and what happened to Marjorie when they were in there. Because he was just, like, destroyed. Destroyed. So, whatever. That happens, and they're getting ready for Cersei's trial. Cersei ain't show up. Weird. Nobody thinks it's weird off top. They're like, I guess she thinks she's too big for the thing. Go get her. And they send what's his name to go get her cousin. And he goes, and is distracted by a child. I don't know why you would see a child and think, oh, let me go follow this child into some weird dark alley and some catacombs or whatever. And he does. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why? Then you got Pycelle, who was just finished fucking a whore, and she's like, you got some money? And he's like, I'll give it to you later. If I was out, I'd be like, no, I need the money now. I get a weird feeling your old ass is about to die. Let me get that money now. let me get one of them chains off your link, because one of them's gold. Like, so she was trying to do that, and he goes and a dwarf child comes up to him and says blah 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 into his ear, and he follows the dwarf child. Why the fuck are you people following kids around? Don't follow children. And they do. They follow him around. Right? They follow him around, and the kids kill him under what's the guy? Qyburn's orders. The kids kill him. Then you get Lancel. He goes and he gets stabbed by a kid, and like he finds this whole cache of wildfire, right? And the wildfire, like, oh, it's just like ingenious, like Saw level setup. Like it's a candle, and when the candle melts out, this is how the game goes. Like, it's like really fucked up, and the candle melts out right in his face, and kablamo. Like, Marjorie's in the sept, and she's like, something's wrong. Cersei ain't here. Tom ain't here. Something is wrong. We got to get out of here. And the High Sparrow is like willfully ignorant. He's like, no, we'll just have the trial. If she doesn't show up, we'll have it anyway. And blah, 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 blah. The faith of the seven will protect us. And I'm like, no, they're not real. There are real gods in this world, and the seven ain't none of them. Nigga, you about to die. And guess what happened? He got blown the fuck up. Listen, basically the rest of the Lannister family, poof, gone. A majority of the Tyrell family, poof, gone. The High Sparrow, poof, gone. The people who are the religious fanatics, poof, gone. The Sparrow's men, gone. Like in one like, I don't like Cersei. Alright? I don't trust Cersei. I think she's a horrible person. But her plan was great. And one fell swoop, she ended all of her enemies. At least the ones close to her. She ended all of them. And it was a brilliant, like, it's a reckless, crazy, psychopathic kind of thing to do. But she pulled it off, and it was stunning. Like, I was literally shocked. I was sitting there with my brother, and when that shit blew up, like the sept blew up, we were sitting there like I was tapping my neck. It was so crazy. Like I was like I know she's crazy, right? And she'll do anything to protect the kids. It's like an animal. If you get an animal cornered and their young is behind them, they will do anything, regardless of what logic and common sense would tell you to do. And so it was just insane. It was insane. And she succeeded. I mean, Tommen saw it happen from his room because the mountain came and stopped him from going. And she saw it, and she was like, drunk of wine. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Right? Amazing. The thing is, like, the High Sparrow, he underestimated his enemy. Like, he completely underestimated. He thought he broke her, and he didn't. You only pissed her off. They always say, if you're going to shoot the king, make sure you kill him. Okay? And he shot her, and he didn't kill her. So he created a situation where this could happen, and it did. But this brings me to, like, this episode was fantastic. It was, though the last two episodes were the two best episodes of the season. Like, don't get me wrong, the Hold the Door episode was right up there too. Like, all these episodes this season were fantastic. But, like, those three are the standouts. And as great as this episode was, the greatest moment for me, the most fantastic moment for me, the most satisfying moment for me of this entire hell season, like, this was the greatest moment for me, was when Cersei when she got the nun. Look, oh my god, like, the nun is strapped down and she pulled the shit on and she like confessed, and I went, oh no, no She was like, confess. And she started pouring the wine on it. And I'm like, I hate Cersei. I hate her with a passion. But I could not like this. I wanted to not. I hated the nun more. I hated the religion and I hated the nun more. And it's weird. Like, it must have been a good day for Lena Headey to play this part. Like, it was just like, fuck that bitch. Like, oh God, I hated her. And Cersei got him. Like, like she did the whole confess shit. She told him, look, you did that shit to me because you enjoyed it. Just say it. I do things because I like it. I like fucking my brother. Okay? I like fucking whoever. Like, she liked doing the things that she did. She liked killing her husband. She liked lying about fucking her brother. She liked all these things because it made her feel good. She liked drinking. It makes her feel good. And she told this to the woman. And the woman was very, like, still, like, you can't break me. Until she told her you killed the High Sparrow. She was, like, kind of, like, breaking. And then she was like, oh, let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Sir Gregor Clegane. And he took that fucking helmet off. And he was more zombie than fucking Uncle Benjen. Like, he pulled that shit off. And I was like, oh. No. You can keep it on. Put that helmet back on, right? And he took it off, and he came into the room, and because she was like, I'm ready to die. I'm ready to see the gods. And she was, no, you're not dying today. No, I expect you to be alive for a long time. You're not dying anytime soon, bitch. You had me captive for months. You're not gonna die in a day. No. Right? And then she brought the mountain in and everything. And the mountain came in and stood over her. And she started screaming. And Cersei was found walking away. And she, oh God, as she closed the door, she was like, shame. And I was like, dude, I was laughing. When I say I was laughing, I was cackling. That shit was hilarious. Okay? High fucking hilarious. I was dying. It was amazing. It just was. So on a more somber note though, Tommen just couldn't take it, man. He couldn't take that his mother killed his confidant, the High Sparrow, his wife, who I assume he fucked her once, and like she ain't even really like you, bro. She used you to get to the crown. And like he just couldn't take it that all these people just died and it was his mother's fault. And he just took his crown off. And like, look, this is why I couldn't commit suicide. Because what I would have done is I would have stood up there and like I would have been like, oh, I'm gonna, no, I can't jump. I'm jumping. Like I would do everything to stop myself from jumping. I'd scream it till somebody come save me. A lot of stuff. Tommen was a gangster when he died. Like he walked, a swan dive right out the window. It was very like he was convinced that he should die, and he was determined, and he did it, and it was kind of amazing. In a bad way, it was amazing, and like it was the thing that like really pushed Cersei overboard, and she just like shut off. There's no feelings or emotions or anything in there anymore. She's done. Cersei's done. What's in there now, I don't know what it is, but Cersei's done. It's kind of scary to think about. I'm going to get back to that. I just want to talk about Sam for a second. Look, Sam, he got to Old Town, and it was cool to see Old Town and the hot tower and everything. And it was a weird scene between him and the guy at the desk. The guy had a weird face. I'm just saying, like, it was kind of a weird fucking face. And anyway, they go in and like I can see the exact moment when Sam shat himself. Right? You could see it in his eyes, because obviously he didn't like scrunch up and shit. It was just like the look in his eyes said, I shat a little bit. Right? When he walked in and they showed the huge panoramic shot of the library at the Citadel. Holy shit. Like, there are books there that people probably haven't seen for hundreds of years. Maesters that work there and read books all the time have never seen in thousands of years. There may be stuff in there that could help a lot of people or hurt a lot of fucking people. And Sam's just there and he's looking at it and he's just like slowly shitting a little bit. And it's a crazy thing to see. Like they have this thing with the light refracting off and it's creating light all over the place. It's very cool. It really is very cool. It's like I didn't eat that. It could have been in episode 1 of season 7, but it was cool. I mean, it was cool or whatever. Yeah. And then we go back to the north, right? And there's this intense, powerful scene between Davos and Melisandre. Like, episode 9, Davos found the toy he made for Shireen. And so he knows that she was burned at the stake by Melisandre. And he finally confronts her about it. And he's furious and hurt. And his voice is cracking. And he is pissed. And Melisandre is like I don't want to say embarrassed, but like she feels guilty. You can see it, but like not enough to be like, oh my god, I'm sorry. It was more like I read the signs and I thought this was what I was supposed to do. The Lord has told me, and it's like I get it. Your Lord is real. I'm not sure about the 7 because I ain't never seen them do shit except for fuck with people. But your Lord is real. But you can't just like kind of blame everything on him. You clearly read some signs wrong and you thought you had to burn a little girl and you probably didn't, because guess what, you all died anyway except for you. So whatever, but they have this argument and like Jon Snow is there and Davos says, please let me kill her. Like let me end her. She's a murderer, she's admitted to it. Let me let me give justice by cutting this bitch apart. And Jon does an interesting thing. He lets her go. He says, ride south. Don't ever come back. If you come back, I will kill you. So, naturally, my thought pattern is this. She's going south. Guess who else is going to end up south? The queen. The real queen, Dany. So, is it possible that she will run into Dany? Is it possible that the other, she will, and bring Jon up to, it's a lot of things. It's interesting to think about, but she's being pushed in that direction. So it's possible she will come in contact with Dany. And then she'll probably think, oh, I was totally wrong about Jon too. Dany's who I need to be following. Weird. It's gotta be weird. But then let me explain why Lady Olenna is... There's 2 extremely hardcore gangster-ass women in Westeros. Okay? Dany doesn't count because she's not there. 2. There is 2 of them. Number 1 is Lady Olenna Tyrell. Now, she's in Dorne having a conversation with Ilaria Sand, and her daughter started talking, and Lady Olenna shuts them down so like she does. Like she tells one she looks like an angry boy, don't presume to know what the fuck I want. You don't talk to me like that. And then she told the other one, oh, do shut up. Do shut up, darling. And then she tells the last one, you got anything to say? No, great. Let the adults talk. And I'm like, oh, she's such a bitch in a good way. Like she's such a great bitch. It's awesome. I love that old lady. I really do. Like, I want one. Like, I want one in my personal life. For when somebody says some mean shit to me, I just, kind of open my wallet and she comes out and she says, fuck you, darling. And then it's like, great. That'd be fantastic. That'd be perfect. That's number 1. Number 2 is Lady Lyanna Mormont. That bitch is a gangster, okay? She's straight out of Compton. I'm going to go back to her when I get to her part. But I love her. That's a tough mother girl. She got to be like 8, and she's a gangster. She's hard, like winter. She is. So they go back to Dany, and she's basically dumping Daario, and she tells him, look, I'm going to Westeros, and I need to curry favor with people, and we do that by marrying. So I'm going to have to marry somebody most likely. So in my mind, I'm trying to think, who could you possibly marry? There was a couple big houses, and most of them don't have men left. My phone, shut up. Most of them don't have men left. Dorne is manless. The Stormlands, manless. Highgarden, manless. The Aarons have a little boy. She ain't married a little boy. The Lannisters, you've got either Tyrion or his brother, which is highly unlikely. And then in the north, I mean, you got Jon Snow, who just so happens to be named king. I'm just saying. Like, it'd be a perfect way to get the north back into the Seven Kingdoms. You know, it would. I mean, he doesn't, like, they don't have a lot of men though, so I don't know if that would be like a big thing. But like the name would be helpful, and he, you know, there's some other revelations about him that probably would be useful to her. Anyway, okay, so next we go to the Riverlands, and in the Riverlands you see Bronn and fucking hell, Jaime. Bronn and Jaime, and they're having a conversation, and this beautiful girl is like looking at Jaime like, okay, and the little girl turns out to be Arya, and I'm like, what? Like, here's how I knew though. Here's how I fucking knew. Like, the scene with her and the old fucking guy, you know who the fuck I'm talking about, the old guy, and they're talking, and she's like, and I'm sitting there as the scene goes on, and I'm like, no, something's weird, something isn't right. Like, where's everybody? Something's wrong here. Right? I'm thinking something's wrong. I burped it. I tried to cover it up, but it didn't work. Something's wrong. Something's really wrong. And then she's like, where's my sons? And she's like, oh, they're here, my lord. They're in the pie. I fucking killed them. Right? And he's like, what? And then there's a fucking finger or a toenail in the pie. And he's like, and she's like, no, don't make that sound yet. I haven't sliced your neck yet. Let me pull this shit off. Hey, I'm Arya Stark. And I'm like, oh, God. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. You're here already? Right? And like, oh, she here? Bitch must have stole a bag of faces because she had faces. She said, my name's Arya Stark. I want you to know that a Stark did this. You know what I mean? The Starks send their regards. And then she just like slicing it. And I'm like, oh, it feels so good in my vaginal region, and I don't have that. But it felt like I did for the moment because there was so much girl power, and I was just like, oh God, yes, kill him, right? And it's a lot of girl power going on right now. There's a lot of girl power. Fuck. Then back at the north, right? What we have is Sansa and Littlefinger. And Littlefinger does something extremely surprising to me. Like, I know he wants power. I know he wants to be the most powerful person in Westeros, right? He wants power. But I did not know he literally wanted to sit the Iron Throne. I thought he wanted to, like, get Sansa and the boy, Aaron boy, to marry each other, and then he rules, like, you know, like in the shadows, like all evil guys like to do. Like, I thought he wanted that. No, he wants to be the fucking king of Westeros, and he wants Sansa Stark to be his queen. Or so he says. Right? And, like, Sansa's like, that's a pretty picture, but, like, probably not. And he tries to kiss her, and she's like, no. And he's like, I declared for you and everything. Like, the world knows it now. And she's like, you declared for a lot of people. I don't trust you. You sold me to a rapist and a mutilator and a fucking monster. And you know everything. And you telling me you didn't know he was a rapist and a mutilator and a monster? You really, I'm supposed to believe that shit? You just said everything you do, you look and see if it puts you closer to your goal. So you're telling me that in your mind, doing this to me was worth it because it would get you this end result. Fuck you, Peter Baelish, okay? Fuck you. She didn't say all that, but she should have. So it was weird because at the end he did what he did in the beginning. First time he saw her back in the North, he sowed more distrust between her and Jon. He's like, who do you think should be running the North? You, the true-born heir of Stark, or some bastard? And then they go into the next scene, and basically they're planning what to do, and it ends with, first of all, the second greatest, baddest motherfucker girl in Westeros, Lady Lyanna Mormont. And she comes up and she like basically clowns all the other lords that didn't help out. She's like, your fucking son died at the Red Wedding and you ain't do shit. Your father got skinned by Ramsay Bolton and you ain't do shit. You're supposed to be one of the most loyal members of to House Stark and you ain't do shit. I remember. I'm 4, and I remember. My family remembers, and they know no king except for the one in the North whose name is Stark. Right? And she did the whole thing, and they ended up naming Jon Snow king because of her. Because of what she said. So Jon Snow is the king of the North. The White Wolf. And it's weird because, it's not weird, it's going according to his plan. Now, I don't think Peter Baelish expected them to name him King of the North, right? They didn't expect to turn Jon into the King of the North. He didn't expect that, but what he did expect was somehow to fuck with Sansa more. So when he saw that happening, Sansa was happy. She was happy for Jon, right? Because something about Jon inspires people to follow him. People are inspired by Jon Snow. People want to, I don't want to say serve, but people want, he's an honorable guy, he's a loyal guy, he's a brave guy, he's the kind of person that would make a great king, right? He's a little stupid at times and like a little too emotional, but he would make a great king. And there's something about him that makes people want to follow him. And and Sansa was happy. She was happy for him until Peter gave her a glance like, I told you. They don't want you. They want him. What are you going to do? And she like looks like, oh shit. This is happening. Holy shit, something's wrong. Right? So, and next season there's going to be a lot of real fucked up stuff happening between them two. And it's sad. It's really sad. Right? Then they go back. After everything has happened, Jaime goes back to King's Landing. And then he gets to King's Landing. He sees the decimation from the great Scepter Baylor, right? He sees it. He's like, what the fuck happened here? And he goes down to the throne room to see Cersei. And when he sees her, she's being coronated as the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms, Protector of the Realm, Queen of the Andals and the First Men. All that shit. She's got on another Michael Jackson Beat It outfit. And like you can see the look on Jaime's face. He's nervous. Here's the thing. Jaime killed the Mad King for even talking about doing what she just did. Right? He killed the Mad King so the Mad King wouldn't blow up the fucking city. And Cersei blew up the fucking city. She didn't blow up the whole city like the Mad King, but she certainly blew up the city. And seeing her being crowned clearly tells him that Tommen is dead. And she's in black, so she's mourning. It's just, I'm worried. I always thought that someone else, it wouldn't be him that killed her, but I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be Jaime that kills her. If it's not Jaime, it'll be Arya somehow, which would be great. Not to mention, in a previous video, I did say Arya was going to kill Walder Frey. I said it. It happened a little different than how I said it, but I said it. Look it up. You probably won't, but it happened. God damn it. Right. Then we go to Bran, and Bran does the thing that I've been waiting to see Bran do for so long. He touches the tree and he finishes that vision. Okay? He finishes the vision. Ned Stark goes upstairs. Lyanna Stark is there. She's bleeding from the waist down. Why? Because she has pushed her baby out of her vagina. And that baby, she whispers it, and it's so low. I had to turn my TV all the way up and put my ear to it, and I still didn't hear all of it. I heard his name is, I didn't hear John. I heard protect him. He will kill him if he knows. You must protect him. Him. I heard a lot of hymns and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, it's being confirmed right now. Oh my God, it's being confirmed. And then they give the baby, and then I swear to God, it's the ugliest baby I've ever seen. Look, it is what it is. That's the ugliest baby I've ever beheld with my eyes. That's not true, but it's an ugly baby. And he opens his eyes almost on cue, and then they cut to Jon Snow's face, which is a nice transition cut, and it tells you a lot. So we know that Jon Snow is the son of Lyanna Stark, and by definition that means the father is 99.99999% Rhaegar Targaryen, because he's the one that took her down there. He was Jon Snow should be first of all named Jon Sand because he was born in Dorne, but whatever. But that being said, his real name is Jon Targaryen. He is the son of Rhaegar. It kind of is. It is what it is. And that's the greatest thing to know. Like, we've known for so long that might be the case, and we kind of all came to accept it anyway. There were a few other theories that were great, but wrong. And it's good to finally know. You know what I mean? It's good to finally know. That being said, I'm going to wrap this up with the best, well, not the best, but with the great shot of the ships. Oh my God, you got the dragon ships and then you got the ships with the Martell signet on it. Then you got the ships with the Kraken on it. Then you got the ships with the Tyrell thing on it. And it's just like, oh my God, she's got so many fucking people now in her army. She's got all those Dothrakis, which it's got to be like 40,000, 50,000, thousands of them, right? Then she's got she's got the Unsullied. That's got to be like a ship, right? And then she's got like all the Martells, so it's just a unbothered army. And she's got the Tyrells, who are nearly unbothered. She's got more men than anybody else in the Seven Kingdoms right now. Holy shit. She can marry Peter Baelish, I guess. That would be weird though. But alright, anyway, I just want to wrap it up because this is a long ass video and I apologize, but this was great. This was really good. If you made it to this point, I would like to thank you personally because holy shit, you are a trooper. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. My name is Jay. I'm out, dude.